Something felt different the moment Christian Yelich stepped onto the field that cold April night, like the stadium itself was holding its breath, waiting for something unbelievable to happen. Nobody said it aloud, but everyone could feel it. The Brewers weren't just opening another season, they were stepping into a storm, and their calm-eyed leader was walking straight into its heart. For weeks, analysts claimed Yelich was done. Too old, too slow, too quiet for the noise of a new MLB era. They said 2025 belonged to the younger stars, the louder names, the flashier talents. But under those lights, he didn't look like a man who was fading. He looked like a man who had been sharpening his blade in silence. And then, on the very first pitch of his season, he swung. The crack echoed so sharply that even the outfielders froze, unsure whether to chase the ball or just admire the sound. It wasn't just a home run, it was a warning. Something awakened that night. By the end of April, whispers turned into questions. Is Yelich back? Is this real? Are we watching a comeback, or a rebirth? But for Yelich, it wasn't about proving anything. It was about protecting something, his team, his city, and his legacy. Every time he stepped into the batter's box, you could feel the tension ripple through the stadium like a current. Pitchers tried everything: sliders in the dirt, cutters at the hands, curveballs designed to make him chase shadows. But he waited. And when he struck with purpose. Fans began showing up earlier, hoping to catch a glimpse of him during warm-ups. They said he walked differently this year, shoulders relaxed, eyes sharper, footsteps heavier with meaning. And the Brewers fed off that energy. Their dugout no longer looked like a place for rest. It looked like a fire pit. Every hit Yelich delivered ignited someone else. Every sprint, every stolen base, every diving catch. It all spread through the roster like adrenaline. By June, Milwaukee wasn't just winning games. They were taking them. There was a night in Chicago that nobody will forget. Wind howling, crowd roaring, game tied in the ninth. Yelich stepped in with 2 outs, and the stadium shook with booing. They tried to rattle him. They tried to break him. But pressure doesn't break legends. It reveals them. The pitch came in, a fastball high, almost too high. But he reached for it. And when he connected, the ball soared into the night like it had somewhere important to be. Silence hit before the cheers. One of those rare, sacred moments when everyone, rival fans included, recognized greatness. By August, the Brewers were making noise nobody expected. Not just contending, threatening. Games felt cinematic, like every inning was part of a story building toward something bigger. But the twist came in September. A slump. Not from Yelich, from the team around him. The Brewers struggled. Errors piled up. Close games slipped away. And in those moments, all eyes turned to him. How he walked back to the dugout told you everything. He wasn't angry. He wasn't fearful. He was focused. One evening, with the Brewers' postseason hopes hanging by a thread, Yelich called his teammates together. No cameras. No microphones. Only players. Only truth. Whatever he said that night, it changed everything. The next day, Milwaukee played like their hearts had been rewired. Every swing had conviction. Every pitch had purpose. Every player had fire. And Yelich. He was the pulse. He delivered clutch hit after clutch hit, like each ball carried a message for anyone who doubted him. He stole bases like a younger version of himself, refusing to let time dictate his story. He made catches that defied angles, physics, and expectations. By season's end, the Brewers weren't just back. They were feared. And when the final highlight of the year played, showing Yelich rounding the bases with a smile that only comes from surviving the impossible, the crowd didn't just cheer. They felt something. Because this wasn't a comeback. It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't nostalgia for a star returning to form. It was a reminder that greatness doesn't disappear. It waits. It rebuilds. It rises when the world starts looking the other way. Christian Yelich didn't just lead the charge for the Brewers in 2025. He reminded everyone why legends are remembered long after the season ends. And somewhere in Milwaukee, as the lights dim over the stadium and the echoes of the crowd fade into the night, you can't help but feel it. This story isn't over. Not yet. Not even close.